This is the an introduction to the ongoing core series of what I'm doing. What's happening is the game keeps dumping my saves, and it's not like hundreds of them, but a couple, a few, whatever. Anyway, I'm on day 39. I'm probably not going to show a lot of the early stuff because it's like, well, I built a refrigerator, well, I built a farm, well, I killed some spiders. What my intention is to make a base, and this is getting maybe halfway done. Big problem is grass, but you know, that's kind of one of those basic problems you deal with. I've got about 40 plants now, which is a full stack when I harvest. What I want to do is collect, this is rabbit area, but no beefalo. I want to collect nightmare fuel here, get the sword and armor and use it against real beasties. There is a pig village right here with 8 or 9 pigs in it. I left one spider nest here. What I've done is I've killed every spider in this area, everyone in this area, everyone in this one, and everyone here. But I have not, there's a huge part of the map I have not explored yet. And that's because I want to do it with the dark weapon and dark armor. Let's just call it the dark stuff, okay? So, I haven't found tall birds, I haven't found beefalo, but it's no big deal. I can do what I need to do with the pigs. So I am I'm making taffy, making honey ham, harvesting pigs. I kept one nest. This doesn't look close, but if you've been on these maps, you know it's relatively close. I left one nest to harvest for eggs when the queen hits 3. There weren't very many nests. I'm finding very few, not very few, but I'm finding a more sane amount of nests on maps now, more like it used to be. In fact, a little better than it used to be. But this forest was just foul with them. It wasn't foul like the last maps were, but it was pretty darn healthy, and I wound up burning about half. I've got almost 2 full stacks of silk from killing spiders, and I don't say that to brag. I say that to give you an idea of how many spiders I killed. And I killed them with spikes, spears, the hooves of. Finally, I had to use fire when they reached level 2 and level 3. Those warriors just rip pigs to pieces. So and they gang up on you. If there's like 3 or 4 asleep and one comes after you, it's very likely the other ones will come out and force. I'd rather fight a queen any day than 2 or 3. Well, 2's okay, but 3 or 4 warriors, I'll take a queen any day. So the plan is the base is coming along. I have one effigy built. I have the Maxwell machine directly in my camp. The plan is I wanted to build it with the old Maxwell machine here in the camp. Now, when I looked at Adventure, and this is Adventure, I've got Chester, it said that there are 5 levels currently. So I hope that's right. And 5 levels of difficulty. So when I get some stuff built up and get weapons and armor of the dark variety, and you know, stockpiles of stuff, I'll go to the next level, and then I'll find that Maxwell machine and go to the next level. At least until the next update, and then, you know, I'll do whatever. But that's the plan, is to. Otherwise, it seems like we're just going in circles. We're harvesting night fuel to make the weapons, to harvest the night fuel to make the weapons, and there doesn't seem to be any big payoff for fighting the insanity monsters. They're just more difficult. I mean, you know, why fight spiders for? You know, why fight warriors for silk if you could just harvest a nest? I mean, aside from the fun value, don't get me wrong. So that's basically the plan. That's what I've done. A lot of the early stuff, I mean, like I said, with the game dumping my saves, you've seen you see me start out over and over again. So I will do just the highlights. Some of the spiders killed. Whatever, you know, the pig village here is one of those weird ones with the carrot farms and all that kind of stuff. And so I'll show you those bits, and we'll we'll kind of go along that path. But I'm going to assume you know how to set up a camp, and in my spare time when I'm tired, I'll work on the tutorials and I'll show more of how I set up a camp. It is not, to me, even in adventure, it's got a sandboxy feel to it. So there's a lot of ways to skin this cat, and the cat basically doesn't want to get skinned right now. So I'll just shut up here and we'll go on to pieces of me getting from day 1 to day 40. But there's no reason for me to show you every queen and every pig, and I've been wearing out pigs more than I have lately. Wearing out pigs means kiting one at a time, and by kiting I mean just feed them the meat, draw them away from the other pigs, feed them 4 monster meat total, 1 to draw them, 3 more to convert them into a werepig, and then you get for sure 1 piggy butt and 2 decent piggy meat from them. That's what wearing out the pigs means. And so because of that, I've got, you know, an unusual for me kind of setup. I've got a couple of bees hives boxes put together, and I did the whole, to me, drive me insane bit with the butterflies. And so it's all really solid now if the game doesn't dump me. And like I said, the plan is to use the new Insanity stuff on real creatures and explore the rest of the map, compile what we need to do, what I think is, and I'll take suggestions on what would be a good thing to take through the, I guess they're calling it some crap like teleportado or some, you know, just kiss all my white behind. Let's just call it the teleporter or Maxwell machine, okay? Because I won't remember teleporter for a while. But I want to have some stuff to go through that, and I don't know who I want to go through as. It's the other important thing is really important thing is my first videos on Insanity. They've nerfed the hell out of it. It was like 1/3 of your sanity to go through a portal. It's 15 now. They've got, this will show the flower garland also. These videos, that will be one of the interesting bits. But they've nerfed the crap out of it. Vegetables and fruit weren't doing anything to build sanity back up, and I guess they are doing a little bit now. But my early videos on sanity are not exactly right now since they nerfed it with the hotfix. So please be aware of that, and I'm not going to go through and annotate all those, you know. When an update comes out, they overamp, and then they hotfix. So whatever I put up for, like spoilage, the first few videos on that were heavily nerfed later, so they weren't entirely precise. So just be aware that my first Insanity things, they have changed things, and there is a link to that hotfix I did. And these ongoing ones will show you all the correct numbers of the hits you take. The only other thing I can think of is, I don't see it very often, but be wary digging graves. You take a big old hit digging graves on your sanity, and I haven't seen a lot of posts about that. So anyway, thank everybody for all the help, and let's watch some videos, but it'll be the best bits, okay? And hopefully this will be on the ongoing core game of my Let's Plays. Thanks. I'm going to go ahead and go with Wilson for my regular plays that are in the 200 series, and maybe Willow for the tutorials, because, and I did have the Wilson game, but it's sandbox and this is adventure, and hopefully it will keep my damn game this time. Either, if it doesn't, Wilson and I are going to beat the insides of the game with a big spiky stick. I noticed on the hotfix that they lowered the cost of the Insanity items, the sword, the armor, etc.
Hey, Maxwell, we've been meeting way too often, you skinny piece of you-know-what. Yeah, I better. Again, there's not a lot of point in showing some of this early stuff because I've been starting way too many games lately. It hasn't been because I'm dying, except Wickerbottom, and that one had to be restarted anyway. It's the game doesn't save them. Oh, shoot. Yeah, let's make a pick out of air. The dreaded air pick. Now, I think this is my obligatory beefalo area that has no beefalo in it. I was thinking on when I was playing a couple of different characters, a couple of new games, that actually, and there's no food up there either, that actually a base near bunnies, so it's, you know, within reasonable distance of bunnies to harvest night fuel makes a lot of sense anymore. And you know, that one didn't used to, I mean, it was handy to have bunnies, but it really didn't matter much one way or the other. Alright, right over here there's a pig village, and no way to get to it. Now, I don't think that'll show up on the map. Yeah, it did, good. That makes life easier. I don't always remember what was on the edge of where I've been. I used to try to catch these edges from inside, but then I'm not always sure if I got the edge or not.
Now, as you can see, that arrow shows sanity's going down. The black arrow, the wider it gets, the faster it's going up or down. And I had noticed there was an arrow and hadn't paid much attention to it. And it was Young Guns AFC that kind of broke it all down, for me anyway, and indicated, you know, not just the up down, but the fatness of the arrow indicates how much, or yeah, how much, or how quickly, I guess would be the right way to say that. If you find, evidently on the bug fix, the hotfix, some fix, or the update, birds either drop a morsel or a feather, one or the other, not both anymore, which, you know, was never a big deal to me either way. It's, you know, most things pretty much drop what they drop. I'd like to know what all different kinds of things they drop, but should have got it. Well, haven't seen another rock. I was going to say if I had another rock, I could do refining. Now I'm going to do the razor, so if I get the beefalo and I don't have the machine, I could go ahead and let's see, what else am I thinking? Oh, I was thinking of that garland thing, wasn't I? Okay, we've got straw hat. There it is. Garland, something to soothe the nerves. And it's 12. And it is food, and evidently it does spoil. So maybe you want to keep that in the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and do boards. I ought to do a chest. I don't know if I've got enough stuff to do it with. At least, you know, if you've watched any of the older videos, because I haven't played, well, I don't know. I can't remember if I played Wilson recently or not. He looks like a, you know, they've got a lot of, if you haven't noticed, a lot of the pigs have Roman emperor names. And he looks like a Roman Caesar. And no, I don't mean the salad. I mean one of the guys that, we won't talk about their sexual habits. That's just not good. Okay. Well, I don't know what I want to do. Let's throw a rope on the fire, just because I'll have all my wood to play with and open prototypes. Crap, my sanity's not. Oh, okay, we're at 95. Now, supposedly opening a prototype increases sanity. And the thing I needed an earlier attempt at a game, so we're at what, 95? Ah, there it goes. It just doesn't show up as green. That's where I was making my error about that. Alright. Well, silly me. I just did a sound check and I was looking at Wilson with that on his head, and I was thinking, actually, maybe you ought to keep old Wilson's head in the refrigerator. Actually, might as well eat those. So, I was going to look at some... I hate using daytime for this, but... now, I think the only other thing here was the pitchfork, and I don't really care if I have that available or not. I'll have a real camp somewhere. I'd love to have that. meaning the miner's hat, but I'm not even. I'd love to have the miner's hat, which was on fire there, but I'm not even close to worrying about that. I'd like a bug net, but we haven't killed any spiders yet. There do seem to be every world I've been in doesn't have the insane quantities of spiders it did. That should be 6 for the alchemy machine. Yep, and a bunch of stone. I don't think there's anything else there I'm worried about. In my experience, the Maxwell machine's been in the forest, and I haven't even had a smell of it lately. So, also in my experience, this grassy area, the first plains area that I'm next to when I start, has never had beefalo in it. But that's, you know, under a dozen starts. Well, I don't know. It probably is at least a dozen by now. So, kind of take that with a grain of salt one way or the other.